I need more self-control. Hey everybody, welcome to my new comic book day pickups for February 3rd, 2021. These are the books I picked up this week with a budget of $35 in mind. And once again, I went slightly over budget. My problem was this week is, as you can see, these two books that I have showing right now, these are books I picked up off the shelf. And one book, that New Mutants 98, I wish I had picked up more copies of it when it was still cover price back in the days. And then this Teen Titans 12, I actually did pick up more than one copy of that, so I'm glad I did. So today when I picked up my books, I kind of doubled up on some copies just for the sake of kind of not missing out on or regretting what I did last time or back in the day. All right, with that being said, let's get started with the books I picked up this week. And as always, I start with Marvel. First book I picked up, Venom, number 33. This book is on my pull list. It's a part of the King in Black tie-in. Great read, great story by Donny Cates. Always going to pick this up. I believe this is Legacy issue number 198, and I believe number 200 is going to be Donny Cates' final story on the book with Ryan Stegman. So we'll see if I stick with it after that, but until then, I'm going to keep on picking it up. Now, this next book, it's one of those books I'm talking about where I couldn't just get one copy. I had to get a couple. I mean, and I normally don't cover buy, but I like this cover so much that I picked up two copies of this Amazing Spider-Man number 55, the second printing with the red Spider-Man web Spider-Man. So, picked up two copies of that. And going on from there, another duplicate copy I picked up two copies of was Star Wars The High Republic number 2. And this has a bunch of first appearances. It's got the first appearance of the Nihil or Nile in comic books. It's got the first cameo appearance of the Dengar. And it's got the first appearance of Seret and Teres, who are Jedi twins. So I love first appearances, so that's why I picked that. Picked up two of those. All right, that's it for my Marvel. Moving on to DC. First book, or only book I picked up from DC is Swamp Thing number 2, the Future State Swamp Thing. It's a good story, so I had to get number 2 to close it out. This is the final issue. And that's it from DC. All right, moving on from there. From IDW, I probably would have bought 2 copies of this, but I was already over my budget, and there were plenty on the shelf, so I didn't think I'd be, if I didn't get another copy today, I could probably get one next week. But this is Star Wars The High Republic Adventures number 1. And this has the first appearance of Lula Telesola, the first appearance of Zine and Crix, first appearance of Torban, aka Buckets of Blood, and it's got the cameo of Marichon Ro, the Eye of the Nihil, or Nihil, however it's pronounced. All right, going on from there, also from IDW, I picked up Marvel Action Origins number 1, 2 stories featuring Spider-Man and Thanos. It's got the origin of Thanos in this issue. Then the final book I picked up, and this is from Boom Studios. It's a number 1. This is Luna number 1. Now, there were several other number 1s that I could have picked up this week, but I saw they had several copies of them on the shelf. So, like I was saying, if I didn't get it this week, I could probably pick it up next week or whenever my budget wasn't being pushed to the threshold. But there was like a Maniac of New York that came out from Aftershock. Had a book called Deep Beyond that came out. Now, this next book, Fear Case, that looked like an interesting book. That looked like something I definitely want to pick up later. But I saw several copies of that, so hopefully it'll be available next week. And the final book I saw that kind of had interest in was Transformers Beast Wars number 1. So that's it. Those are the books I picked up this week. Like I said, $35 budget. I spent $37. So I went $2 over budget. So last week I had a total of $212 saved up for my wall book. So it goes down $2 to $210. But I do have these things called back issue bucks, where every $10 of, I spend on new books at my one comic shop, I get a back issue buck. So I went from, I had $60 worth of back issue bucks. I'm up to $61 now. So that's it. Those are the books I picked up this week. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you again later. All right, bye. Thanks for checking out my video. If you like what you saw, please consider subscribing, hitting that bell for notifications, tapping that like button, and checking out my Instagram at iCollectALot. I have a link in the description below. All right, thank you guys again for watching. Bye.